What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video from PremPods. Today we're going over Gameweek 13 in the English Premier League, and we get to start off with a Friday kickoff. For once in a while.
Haven't won in ages.
No. Brighton are at home against Southampton, 8 o'clock on Friday. Interesting game, but I'll let you start off, mate.
I'm torn again. Just another game where I'm torn because I feel like Brighton are still in their blip. We've seen this happen loads of times before in years gone by when they go on a crazy run. They beat you, they beat us, they do well against City, they do well against United, and then they play the teams in and around them, or who you'd think's in and around them, and they don't pick up as many points as you'd think. So I'm kind of torn between Brighton actually turning up this game and just knocking Southampton out of the park, or it just being a draw. So I'm very torn between those two points. I'm gonna go with Brighton getting back on the horse. Friday night football under the lights. I don't think it's going to be as easy as probably a lot of Brighton fans think it's going to be. Southampton managed to score 2 against Liverpool, which is no easy feat. Away from home. No, they were at home. You lot were away. So I'm going to go 2-1 Brighton.
Bosh!
I'm a bit tighter than normal Brighton games.
I'm along the same lines. I'm 3-1 Brighton, though.
Bosh!
Both teams score quite often in this game, even if it's not in the Premier League, if it's in Championship or whatever league previously. Yeah, a lot of goals always in this game, really. When you say Brighton get back on the horse, they beat Bournemouth last week with 10 men.
Brighton?
Yeah.
Did Brighton win?
They beat Bournemouth 2-1 last week.
What did I do? Men. No, it was when it it was 2-1.
Yeah, they won 2-1. They beat
I don't
City
know why I thought it was 2-1.
The week before that, they lost to us. So
I don't know why I thought it was 2-1 to them.
They haven't lost since September in the Premier League.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I was looking at Palace then. Who the hell knows what I was looking at?
Before losing to us, at the start of this month, they hadn't lost since September. Not many games in that. Obviously, it sounds a lot more when you say September, but it was like, what, 3 games?
Yeah, I guess. I might have been looking at Palace or someone.
Back-to-back wins, back-to-back 2-1 wins. Beating City, beating Bournemouth. Difficult games.
Difficult.
It should get easier from here. This is the easiest game out of the last 4, easily.
Definitely.
But Southampton showed that they can cause team problems, man.
They definitely can.
I'm still confident in Brighton. I'm still sticking with the 3-1. There is going to be goals in this game. But yeah.
Fair enough, mate. Move on to the next one.
Yeah.
The next game we've got at G-Tech, 3 o'clock. We ain't got no 12 o'clock. We've got 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. Brentford are hosting Leicester. What do you reckon?
Yes. Brentford will kind of be happy enough with not losing against Everton. Going down to 10 men in the first half. So that was the onus was on Everton to go and win that game, to be honest, and they didn't. So fair play to Brentford. They're back at home now. They're facing a team that they should fancy it against. Again, from time to time, Championship form comes into it. But both teams, again, do like scoring against each other. Interestingly, Brentford haven't beat Leicester.
Ooh. Zeros turn into ones, mate.
This is in the past 6 games that they played. They've got 2 draws, 4 losses.
Wow.
This could be, like I said, zeros turn into 1. I think it's going to be that case. I'm going to just slight edging it out 2-1 Brentford.
Bosh!
I think it's going to be score draw. I think it's going to be 1-1.
Bosh!
Brentford, again, losing a man last week, not going to have him this week. They are back at home, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I just don't... Again, this is one of them games where anyone could win it. It's tricky. Obviously, Brentford are the more established Premier League team, but they ain't won the Prem.
No.
That's the one the Prem, mate.
Yeah.
So who's more established? You're more established because you're in the league for longer, but they've never done anything in it.
Yeah.
They've finished mid-table. Leicester came up a couple of years, won the league. So I think they're a well-established Premier League team as well, in my opinion. Maybe not with the same kind of players they had when they won the league. Nowhere near. But yeah, I think 1-1 just on that basis. It's hard to pick this one.
No, I agree.
Hard,
and
mate.
history will tell you that Brentford don't do well. So either they just turn that around completely, or Leicester just carrying on their good form against Brentford.
History continues. Yeah, it's true, mate. Let's have a look. Next one. Match 3.
Dodgy.
Crystal Palace against Newcastle. Newcastle away from home.
Dodgy.
This is a dodgy game. I'll let you start
it. Well, we've had kind of a bit of a horror week last week with predictions.
Oh, it's dreadful.
Newcastle again, I said about West Ham as well that I'm not really good at calling West Ham games. I can never really pick when they're going to turn up. They did last week. Yesterday against Newcastle, when we would have thought that, listen, Newcastle back at home, it's going to be an easy enough, not easy, but
You should have beaten.
yeah, exactly. They had the chances, but West Ham were just a better team.
Clinical, yeah, way more clinical.
Are Newcastle going to turn that around again? This is the thing. It's strange. I'm going with a draw on this one. I'm going 1-1.
Bosh.
Not confident in either team. Still not convinced by Newcastle away, even though they had a good result against Forest. But obviously, Forest are overachieving at the moment. And that kind of can lead you into thinking that they're going to consistently do well, even against Newcastle at home and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still, obviously, Newcastle have got a much better team than Forest, really. You go player for player.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is a hard one to pick, to be honest. I'm going 1-1 draw.
I'm going Palace. Like, for the life of me, we said it before, they will need to win 2 or 3 away from home for me to consistently back them away from home.
What have they done
Like,
here then?
They won against Bournemouth, didn't they, away? 3-1, that was good.
Yeah,
Good
this
result.
sums them up there. 2-2-2.
Yeah, see?
Win, draw, loss.
So anything can happen.
Exactly. You never know what you're going to get with them.
I'm going to go 2-1 Palace, mate.
Bosh.
We've seen Palace score 2 goals away from home against Villa. Didn't expect that. I thought Villa would absolutely dominate them.
Mm-hmm.
I think back at home they should take that confidence. Like, football is all about momentum.
Yeah.
No matter how much the fans want to say our team's the best team, it don't matter. It's whatever 11 players from each team turn up on the day.
Yeah.
And I think that is a massive, massive boost for Palace. And yesterday was dreadful for Newcastle.
Yeah.
That was absolutely dreadful. So I can't see how much you're going to change in the next 6 days. You ain't going to get that much better, are you? And you're away from home. You're not even with your 12th man. It's going to be long for them. I'm going 2-1 Palace.
Yeah, I could see the pressure kind of coming off a bit. That's the only other thing. When you are at home, obviously, we do say that the plus side is you get the massive support from the fans, but then
True.
there's a lot more pressure because there's more of your fans in the building and stuff, innit? You want to perform. Yeah, difficult one. Not
Tricky
set.
again, mate.
Again, it's another one of them games where historically no team has really dominated.
No. No.
Yeah, head-to-heads are quite close. Draws more often than not. So
we're coming into the Christmas period. I think we're gonna get dreadful at predicting things.
But this is the thing: is that you're in the part of the season where teams are losing players are getting suspended.
Yeah.
Like injuries and stuff like that as well.
CDMs are getting the 5 yellows.
Yes, exactly. It's going to start racking up. The games are coming thick and fast as well now, so more players are going to get rotated.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the toughest.
I hope we get better this week, innit? Because we did dreadful last week.
Probably the worst week of the season so far.
By far the worst week of the season. Let's move on to the 4th game. Nottingham Forest hosting Ipswich. Now this is probably going to be quite a good game. Another 3 o'clock kickoff. I'll let you kick it off, mate, because I've not got a strong opinion on it, but I think I know what's going to happen.
Again, 2 teams that haven't played for a few years against each other
Yep.
until back in the Championship. Forest were quite a bit better than them in the Championship. Won majority of their previous head-to-heads against each other.
Mm-hmm.
I would kind of expect the same, to be completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like Ipswich the way that they play. They've got some good young players as well, but sometimes I don't know, they're just not clinical enough in games, or they are, and their defense is just not tight enough.
They just get
So
used
it's just
anyway.
like, either way, they're going to be losing in one department. And I think Forest, Chris Wood, bang on form. Alanga is a problem. Hudson-Odoi is a problem. They've got players that can just cause a lot of problems for that defence. And I could see 2 of them even scoring, even if it's Wood that scores both. But I could see some real problems for Ipswich in the wide areas, and then Wood right in the centre, waiting for it to just come to his feet, basically.
It's going to cause them problems.
Yeah, it's a tough game to pick, honestly. I'm not even set out a score prediction right now,
I can give you mine, mate.
Go on.
I think it's going to be 2-1 Forest.
Bosh.
Just based on the fact, again, I'm doing low scores again because no team is convincing me as of yet. And I think like Forest, although they have those players that you mentioned, they don't really. Something happens to those players when they turn up to big stadiums, isn't it? They don't turn up. There's like as in like when they turn up to big stadiums, it's like they try too hard and nothing comes off. Whereas in these games, there's less expectation. They get more done.
Oh, are you talking about Ipswich?
I'm talking about Forest. Like when they come to the
no.
Emirates and stuff, they did nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
But when they play against Ipswich, like against you lot, don't get me wrong, they were good. They beat you on the day.
Yeah.
But Liverpool being Liverpool, about 99 other times would have won that game. But that one time you lost. Do you get what I mean? They weren't that good to beat you at Anfield. So it's more about those players I think will turn up in this game because there's less of an expectation. There's less like pressure. Pressure is a lot of how like people play football.
Yeah.
If you're going to Old Trafford and you know you're going to be marked by a right back who's decent at defending, he's not really going to let you go for the whole game.
Yeah.
But whereas if you've got a team that is just like we're better than them, you just have more freedom, innit? So I think a lot of the times, like I say, Forest have done unbelievably well to get to where they've done this season. But I think it's because they've beaten all the teams around them and they've nicked one or two results which are just like mad.
Yeah.
Like beating you at Anfield. But yeah, I just think Forest definitely have enough to beat them. I just want more from them in the bigger games. Like, yes, they're in that top spot, but are they going to be in there 30 games done? No, they're not.
No.
So, and that is because they will lose the big games.
But that's the thing. I don't think they need to.
I don't think they need to be up there.
They don't need to be winning the big games. They need to be winning these games.
These games, yeah.
And they need to be winning it well to show that listen, we're keeping ourselves apart from these newly promoted teams.
Yeah.
We're an established Premier League team now. We're even now looking up the table and thinking, right, we've stayed in the division a couple of years. We got lucky a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Now it's time, like, established.
Make good transfers.
Then go to closer to the top half. You never know, innit? Because the Forest owner is very invested.
Yeah, he is, 100%.
He's invested in the club and the journey.
100%.
Forest are a massive club. There's not many teams that can say they won a Champions League. I know, again, this is years ago, but that a lot of people did their work 50 odd years ago, and that's where your fan base is.
Oh yeah, exactly. But again, Ipswich, good team as well. But again, I just think Nottingham Forest will have a bit too much for them, especially like you're saying in the wide areas. I don't see how. Yeah, it's going to be a tough game for them.
Score prediction.
I'm going to go 3-1. I reckon.
I'm going to go 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
Bosh.
Ipswich, they are sharp, and like Smodics, Delap, Hutchinson, they can score a goal. But yeah, I'm just going with Forest on this occasion.
Makes sense, mate. Let's hope we get some points for Ipswich next week. But we're not calling it this week.
No, we haven't called it. I don't think for any week.
I think I gave them a draw against City. I think, and they got
maybe Spurs was like. Did you say Spurs? Did you?
I think I probably gave it to Spurs. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On to the fifth game, halfway through, mate. Wolves, a team we love and who absolutely done us last week.
Yep.
Against Bournemouth. Another 3:00 kickoff. Molineux Stadium. I always have to think about that name. Good name. Like I was saying, we got absolutely torn to bits when we picked them last week. I think Wolves game, I said 2-1 Fulham. You said 3-2 Fulham, and it was 4-1 Wolves away from home.
Yep.
The only one silver lining that you could say that we did get right is the fact that we said we like Wolves.
Yeah.
We said 3-1 West Ham, 3-1 Fulham, 3-2 Fulham, but we like Wolves. And then they
have got a good team, honestly. They just needed to put it together, and everything came together last week. Again, this is kind of the way that the Prem is, though.
Yeah.
I'm going with Bournemouth this week.
Fair enough.
Honestly, it's been a low-scoring game like the past 4 or 5 games they played against each other. Never more than 3 goals. I think it will be a tight affair again.
You go 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going 2-1 Bournemouth.
Bosh.
Well, that's good because we're on opposite ends of the spectrum. I'm going 2-1 Wolves.
Bosh.
But that's this what I'm saying. This is the Prem. Like 1 week, like Spurs, for example. We haven't come to Spurs yet. But depending on who they're playing against, I might go against Spurs just because they beat City 4-0.
I'm 100% going against Spurs.
But
no, I get what you're saying. The Premier League is
you say momentum as well, of course.
Momentum, yeah.
But some teams, I don't know what it is. Like they maybe they get too high on their horse. I just think, right,
mate,
we had a wicked result last week. We don't need to give as much effort. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the thought process is.
Oh yes.
But then you just go away or at home and then lose the game badly. It's a tough one.
No, this is a hard game. This is a very good game. Like there's some good games here, where teams that you'd normally say Bournemouth would probably be scrapping for relegation and Wolves
Yeah.
are up there. They're not now.
No, it's the
These teams
opposite,
are
yeah.
all scrapping
Yeah.
now. They're good. This is good games to watch.
And then Bournemouth lost last week
Yep.
at home against
Yep.
Brighton.
Yep.
When Brighton had 10 men for a bit.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm kind of
Up
more
and down,
going
mate.
with Wolves going back to losing and Bournemouth going back to winning. It's just
It does go up and down, mate. It's momentum. It's just again, it depends who turns up in it. Like you say, Wolves players, it all clicked.
Yeah.
Who is it going to click for this weekend, mate?
Last
We'll
three
to
have been
see.
1-0.
To Wolves.
To Bournemouth 1-0, Bournemouth 1-0, Wolves 1-0.
Okay. So low scoring.
Low scoring.
So what that means, people, is it could be 9-1 or it could be 0-0.
Yeah.
That is how the Premier League works, basically. On to the next one. We've got West Ham United against my club, Arsenal. 5:30 kickoff, Saturday, London Stadium. What do you reckon?
Yeah, again, similar to the Wolves situation. West Ham have just gone away and won well against Newcastle. Clean sheet, 2-0, very good victory. I think maybe a couple of people might have said that, but most people would have been back in Newcastle at home.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I'm going with the away team. I'm going with West Ham to be inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Arsenal to be getting back into the winning trail again.
Mm-hmm.
This is another 3-1 for me.
Bosh.
I'm like on the same line. I'm very close to 3-2. I'm also very close to 3-0. I'm going to back the boys and I'm going to go 3-0.
Bosh.
Because we absolutely smoked them last year at the London Stadium.
This is true. Yep.
They came to our ground. What's his name? Bowen celebrated in front of me. They won 2-0. So our games against each other are inconsistent. We go to their stadium, smash them. They come to our stadium, beat us.
Mm-hmm.
Weird dynamic that we have in the London clubs because we're so close.
Yeah.
So 3-0, mate. They're so inconsistent.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't see them dealing with our midfield.
And again, it's one of them games that just makes sense where they would go away, win well against Newcastle, come back at home, fans are like, all right, good result, Newcastle. Arsenal next, come on, back at home. And then it's back to West Ham being what they do.
West Ham, innit?
Are so up and down. You never really know what you're going to get from them.
Yeah, it's true.
You
gone what? You said 3-1, I said 3-0?
Yeah, West Ham are another one of my bogey teams. I ain't really good at picking what they're going to do. So.
Nah, this is a hard game. Mate, honestly, like, the way we've been playing so up and down in different parts of the games, I wouldn't be surprised if West Ham win. Honestly, I wouldn't. It's just Premier League, isn't it? There's no easy game, really. On to the next one. Oh, this is a good game. 1:30? 1:30 kickoff?
1:30, that is strange, isn't it?
Yeah, that is very strange.
I think then our game might even be early.
We'll come to that. 1:30 game. If the times do change, we'll just go along with it. Chelsea are hosting Aston Villa at Stamford Bridge. Mate, I'm going to just say this straight away. I'm going 2-2. I'm going Desmond all day long here. That is all I can see. One club at home who's they play honey football. The ball gets stuck in so many areas, even for the other team. Like when you're watching your club play against Chelsea and all the other fans let me know, tell me how boring it is. You just get the ball in one area and you can't get it out. They just keep the ball there. It's like that annoying geezer on FIFA. Like he scores one goal in the 89th minute and keeps the ball for the next injury time. It's so annoying.
Yeah,
but
that's
2-2, mate.
I always hate watching Liverpool against Chelsea games because it's pretty much always a draw. We kind of got away with it a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, like I said, Chelsea seem to drag you into a certain way of playing, which isn't attractive. But it doesn't need to be in it because
no, it doesn't need to be. They got Cole Palmer.
Yeah, they just need to be successful, they're starting to slowly just get back to good form. I'm going just to be different. I'm going 1-1. I was saying draw from the get go. I was gonna say 2-2, but just to be different, we'll go 1-1. Because quite a few of these games, it can be low scoring as well. Villa Chelsea, it can be. Not always.
They are. Yeah,
the last 2 times have been 4 goals. But before that, it's 1-0s, it's 2-1s, it's 2-0s, 0-0s. So yeah, there's no real consistency. I mean, Chelsea head to head do a lot better historically. But this is a new Villa now, isn't it?
Yeah,
so we've only seen this kind of Villa for the past 2 years, I would say, or year and this year. Very even game.
Yeah, I think they're evenly matched in like quite a lot of areas of the pitch as well. To be honest with you, wingers.
Yeah.
I'd argue Ollie Watkins is probably better than Jackson.
Yeah.
So for the first time in however many years, we've got a Villa striker that's better than a Chelsea striker. That's insane.
That's true.
Villa
That's
keeper's
true.
probably better than the Chelsea
Keeper's
keeper.
better than the Chelsea keeper. Yeah.
Some of the centre backs as well.
I would
Douglas
say
Luiz
the defense
more
Chelsea's
consistent.
weakest part, honestly.
Yeah, the only reason why they're up there,
Yeah,
Cole
but
Palmer.
young players
That is it.
like Caicedo is having
He's
a
turning
much
on
better
now.
season.
Yeah, he's turning on.
Jackson is scoring goals.
But can
Um,
Caicedo deal with
that's
their midfield?
That's what I'm saying.
Is John McGinn going to be too big of a problem to deal with?
It's
He
going to
could
be an
be.
interesting battle in that midfield.
And Rodgers, big geezer. Can
Rogers,
Caicedo and Enzo deal with that height? I don't think they're going to be able
a lot
to.
of yellows in this game.
Oh,
That's
definitely.
for sure. People are going to be breaking away, and the midfielders ain't going to want to track. And they're just going to just take them up.
Yeah, they're not.
Little trips, little pullbacks.
Yeah, for sure.
All of that's going to happen in this
I
game.
think so. Anyway, 1:30, weird time, but we'll see why. We'll unveil it. 1:30 again, mate. We've got another one. We might have 3 games at 1:30 at this point. What a game. What a game. This is going to be hilarious. In my head, I'm looking at this, yeah? Man United against Everton, OT, stadium's falling down. Mate, 0-0. I don't know if I'm going with that score, but this has got that written all over it. Like, Amarin, I know when that goal went in, yeah, and they scored first.
Yeah.
These lot were
I
buzzing.
know all the United fans.
And
were
then the
just like,
last 70 minutes was dreadful.
Yeah,
It
2
was
minutes in.
dreadful.
Yeah, this is going to be 3-4-0. I know that. They had that
Ipswich.
opinion. 100%. And yeah, Ipswich, they made a game of it.
They did.
But
They
I think-
nearly won.
This is the problem with football fans. We're looking historically when it comes to Man United.
Yeah.
We've been giving them the benefit of the doubt because of what they've done 10, 15 years ago. This is a completely different team. As you can see, completely different mindset of players. Like, they're higher paid than any of the United teams before them that actually done stuff.
Yeah. And you know what the funniest thing is as well? When I looked at some sporting games and I looked at some of his press conferences, isn't it? Amarin's whole thing is about high intensity. Not one of them 11 players has any sort of intensity.
Bro,
it's not working.
If Shaw or Martinez need to run more than 15 yards,
it's done.
They're 3 weeks out.
Yeah, hamstring gone.
They're done for 3 weeks.
Rashie, don't even want to run 10 yards.
Rashford doesn't sprint more than twice a game, really.
That Tottenham one where he let Van der Ven go through, when he just didn't tackle. I'd get him out of my club.
But that's the thing. It's not enough. They're not together as a team enough, in my opinion. There's too many individuals that just want to do their own thing, really, and want to be like even though there's a sinking ship, they want to be the
savior,
the light,
savior. Yeah. And Højlund's not good enough as a number 9.
I like Højlund.
I like him, but he's not good enough in this team.
But that's
way more help.
He needs way more help.
The thing is, if you've got someone like, I don't know, an Odegaard, a KDB, a Rodri, a Foden in behind playing them balls, perfect, he'll score. Casemiro, Ericsson, give it a rest, man. Come on, man. They're years past it, man. I'm going 0-0. Fuck these lot.
Well,
I don't like them.
I would, yeah. After that little United run,
Okay,
that still would go because Everton and United's feeder team. As long as I can remember, whenever United play Everton at home, it's pretty much a procession. I'm going 2-0 United again.
Bosh.
Amarim get his first win. And it's another good chance of a fixture for Amarim. He's had a soft landing into this job.
Yeah.
You got Ipswich, now you got Everton at home.
They did this on purpose.
This is a soft landing for him. But he hasn't started too well.
No. I can't wait for him to go to
Ipswich.
Anfield. I can't wait for him to go to Anfield. You went to OT and beat them, yeah?
3-0.
I can't wait for them to come to the Emirates. I can't wait. No, we played that.
It's just you can have a manager with the right ideas, and you can have
players,
a young manager who wants high intensity. It doesn't matter. The players are not good. Nowhere near. This is not a United team. This is a 7th or 8th team in the league. That's where you could put these players.
100%. Before we move on, all I'll say is, if any United fan wants to stop watching football, it'd be a good time, I think.
No, I think we know. This is the thing. You should have stopped watching 5 years ago and then maybe start again now, if anything.
I hope, like I always say, and I love taking the piss out of them, but I do actually hope he's good, because a better Man United means a better Premier League, better players, isn't it? I don't want Man United to be this shit. I want them to play good against us. I don't want them to be this treacle rubbish team.
When we play United now, I look at them like Everton. It's kind of like, this is so annoying. We should beat them. We're much better than this United team.
100%.
On paper and everything, we should beat United. But they
Yeah, to turn
They
it
get
into that
this-
game.
It becomes one of them games where they give it everything. They won't run for 37 games or whatever, 36 games. When they play Liverpool,
Yeah, they run.
they're running their hearts out.
Yeah,
They're doing everything in the game. Everything right, they're doing it.
And that's how they need to play
But
every
you
game.
go away to Ipswich and you can't score more than one goal.
Yeah, see what I mean? That's the big problem I see in it. Like Amarin, you leave a manager not on the sideline, and most teams would score more than one goal a game. So what are you doing to not score a goal again? I just don't get it in it. But let's go on to the penultimate game. One of my favourite clubs. Well, they are my favourite club from last week because 4-0 City, yeah? Bunch of plebs. It's all falling down, mate. It is all falling down. The whole thing is sinking. The emails are coming out. Oh, it's just making me so happy, mate. The cheats are getting found out. And, yeah, what can I say? We'll leave that one for the next game because that's the best game of the week coming up next. We have got Tottenham hosting Fulham. Another 1:30. I reckon they've done it like this because... What your game is super important and they got 3 games before it. I don't know why they've done this, innit? Speak to the actual fixtures of the people that set up the fixtures.
Yeah,
But yeah, 1:30, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. What do you reckon?
Yeah, because I wasn't really sure who they were playing, to be completely honest, but because it's Fulham, I'm going with Fulham.
100%. They beat them last year.
Yeah, historically though, they don't do well against Tottenham, especially when Tottenham are at home. They've only won once that I can see in the past, like 10 games between them. But this is Tottenham. You go away and you beat Man City 4-0. You go back home, you're high on confidence. You think, right, Fulham, we should carry on the good form. Fulham will beat them. So I'm going 2-1 Fulham.
Bosh.
I'm going to go, you know what? Against my better judgment, just because I need some points on this board. I'm going 3-1 Spurs. Because, like we say, I agree with everything you're saying. 100% Tottenham, they're Spursy in it. I just think, please, yeah, get me some points, yeah. Win 3-1. Madison's on a little bit of a roll right now.
Well,
Didn't get picked for the squad, and now he's buzzing, chipping keepers at fucking City Stadium.
Yeah. He doesn't really ever get picked for England.
Yes, yeah, I know. But honestly, mate, 3-1 Spurs. I'm backing them. Don't let me down, boys. Because you're not going to win the league anyway. I don't care about 3 points you're picking up against Fulham.
Yeah.
Yeah? So 3-1 Spurs. You're going 2-1 Fulham.
Yep.
Let's get on.
And Fulham got battered at home last week.
Got
so
battered.
this is
Not bad. Yeah, again, football, inconsistencies, mate.
Yeah.
What do these lot train? Answer me, innit? What do they train? 200 grand a week. What do these lot train, man? Because there's no consistency right now. Apart from these 2 clubs. Even my club I couldn't even put in there.
Well, one of them ain't very consistent right now, but they have been for the past
Over the
4
last
years.
5 years, isn't it? But biggest game of the game week, 4 o'clock, Anfield. Another game that you've played against a top 6 at home. I can't wait for next year. Yeah, when you actually have to come away, people.
We played you away.
Yeah, we were
Played
dead.
United away.
You played Everton away, basically, and that's what I mean.
Yeah. So,
But Liverpool against City, 4 o'clock kickoff, Anfield. This is your club. You tell me what's going to happen, mate.
tough.
Don't seem that happy about this game.
No, because because City have been they've
Shit,
lost.
you
Yeah,
can say it.
You know
They've
what I'm
been
saying? They've been poor the past 4 or 5 games. It's the first time in Pep's reign, I think, this whole time, nearly 10 years, that they've lost this many games consistently back to back.
5 in a row. In all comps.
This is the thing, man. This is a massive opportunity. Beating City, go 11 points clear into December. It's a massive, massive chance.
Oh, I'm so annoyed with
And but then this is a big 6-point swing in it. We beat them, go 11 points clear. They beat us. It's only 5 again, which is still a good gap, of course.
2 games, yes, big gap.
In
But
the
11
form they're
games,
in,
4 games.
Without Rodri, without KDB consistently, who
Mhm.
I think is pretty much done at City now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's getting Saudi.
Yeah.
Foden's not switching it on enough for me.
Anfield.
Lackluster, mate.
Unfortunately, I'm going to go 2-2.
You're getting 2-2.
Unfortunately.
Mate, I think you're going to absolutely roll these lot over.
I
Mate,
don't know.
I'm going Liverpool 4-0.
No,
Just to
no,
let
no.
you understand what I think's going to happen in
That's
this game.
not happening.
4-0 again, yeah? 4-0 again. What, you think Spurs?
Yes.
Spurs can beat them
Spurs.
4-0 away from
Mate,
home. And you
Spurs-
can't at home.
Check the record with Spurs.
Yeah, they're dodgy against
City
Spurs.
and
Yeah.
Us against
They beat them
City.
in Champions League, everything.
Spurs
mate.
probably have a better record.
Yeah,
I'm
because
pretty sure they do.
because you know what it is. I told you, City. Yeah, for the last 5 games, I've watched them probably about 3 of the last 5. These lot are like that team that's top of the league in Sunday League football. And they go away every week thinking they're playing bottom of the league. And their bare minimum is good enough. It's not anymore.
Yeah,
You're not
fair,
that
but
good.
It's the players as well.
There's no Rodri.
The team is a lot weaker. And this is the best time that you could ask to play City.
Mate, you're going to smash
100%.
them. You are going to smash them.
I bloody hope so.
You're going to smash them, bro. There's no way. Like, I've watched your team play in it, and it is the dodgiest midfield I've seen in a while. In a while. Like, since Wijnaldum, Henderson, and Milner basically won Champions League.
With Fabinho.
Or Fabinho, yeah. Fabinho is pretty good, to be fair. Until the
But he
geezer
wasn't
got, like,
playing,
stage 4 illness or something. I don't know what happened to him. But, yeah, this is, like, for me, if you take McAllister out of that midfield, and you have to put Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, and I don't even know, Harvey Elliott in there, that is horrendous for me. But the way that City have been playing, I honestly think you're going to absolutely smash them. Because if you keep getting balls in behind Guardiola, and Guardiola's been off for the last 4 games, that left-hand side has been attacked nearly every time, and they've conceded.
Yeah.
So he's marking Salah. All Salah's got to do for 90 minutes is cut inside, cross the ball to Nunez, cross the ball to Diaz, give the ball to McAllister. There's going to be goals everywhere.
There should. Well,
There's going to be. I'm telling you. These lot,
this game over the past few years has been a lot tighter.
I don't think it's going to be tight one bit. Both last year, you both had your best teams out and it was tight.
Yeah.
This year, there's clearly a better team.
Probably should have won that game as well.
And you should have won it 100%. There's clearly a better team in this fixture right now, innit? Form, class, your best players are there. Theirs aren't. Haaland's been shocking. I hope he never scores again. He's a twat.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. Massive game. It's good that it's at Anfield. Big crowd behind you. Energy will be high. But it's always a tough game to pick, man.
It is. I think I should give them 1 goal, but I'm not.
Same 4-0.
4-0. 4-0. You're lucky I didn't go 7. Because you lot are 2 times better. You lot are 2 times better than Tottenham.
It's not yet. Yeah, but it doesn't
2
matter.
times better than Tottenham.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
And you're at home.
It doesn't matter.
I'm telling you, man. You're gonna smash them. Look, 4 o'clock, 4-0, 2024, 4. You're gonna smoke these lot. I'm telling you, these lot are not ready for it. They are not ready. That defense it's gonna get found out in it this week.
We'll see. Honestly, I hope so. You have to hope so. 11 points clear going into December would be absolutely nuts. Because that's the thing. If they do win this game, that's big confidence back on their side.
100%. Without Rodri.
They've come from behind in bigger margins than 5 points.
With Rodri, just remember that.
Yeah, with Rodri, yeah, I suppose.
And KDB at his best.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a much different City team.
This is not the same.
It's not consistent.
They're not picking up the goals that they used to pick up from everyone. Guardiola's not getting 2. Stones is not getting 1 last minute like he did against us, the pleb. Phil Foden's not really scoring. Bernardo Silva's barely scoring. Haaland's barely scoring.
Well, you can't really say Haaland's
but just comparing it to last year, he's barely scoring. He scored like 60 goals last year or something.
We're nearly... He's got 12. He's got 12.
It's a bit mad, isn't it? In the Prem?
In the Prem.
Yeah, that's a joke.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, fair enough.
He's got 12 in.
Why is he doing this?
Games. Well, because he scored like 3 or 4 in one game.
But yeah.
Look at the difference. We got 10 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. City are on 7 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses. That's already a massive difference.
Massive.
We have to win.
You have to win, bro. You have to win.
You have to win.
You have to win.
But the one thing we can't do is lose.
No.
Anything else is alright in my opinion. But
yeah,
you can't
draw.
Lose
You cannot lose at home.
You can't.
Please don't do a Forest.
Draw is fine. You can keep it as 8 points clear. We've not taken anything off each other. That's not a problem. We cannot lose this game at all.
No, you can't lose, mate. Game week 13. Is it going to be unlucky? It's going to be.
Depends who you support.
Yeah, I think so as well. But
depends who you support. Hopefully, it's unlucky for City fans. I'm not looking forward to this one, man. I don't really like watching City games. I mean, to be fair, this one could be a lot better because
it will be
slot maybe different. But the last few with City with Klopp, it was just really. But you could feel that both of the teams were just anxious. No one wanted to make a mistake, so it didn't really make for good viewing. To be fair. Again, different teams now, so we'll see, man.
That's it, mate. Made it to the end.
Yep. Thank you again, guys, watching from wherever you're watching from. Until next week, take care, and we'll see you soon.